It's the gift that keeps on giving. Let's talk about herpes. Hey folks, Laci Green here for D News. When I'm not D Newsing, I teach sex ed, and one of my favorite STIs to talk about is herpes. Herpes strikes fear into the hearts of sexually active teenagers everywhere. And I mean, how could it not with that name? Herpes. Ugh. Herpes simplex virus affects about 50 million people in the US. That's 1 in 6. So if 20,000 of you watch this, about 3,000 have herpes. Even if you've never had an outbreak, if you've ever had a cold sore, you have herpes. And even if you've never had any outbreak, you could still have herpes, because like most STIs, people with herpes sometimes don't have symptoms. So for those who do have symptoms, most will have a few mouth or genital outbreaks throughout their life, particularly when they're stressed out or they're sick. You know, anytime the immune system is compromised, it's just easier for that virus to take hold. But in general, the worst inconvenience that herpes causes is, pain and inconvenience. Compare that to chlamydia, which can render you infertile, HPV, which can give you cancer, or HIV/AIDS, which takes lives. So that's why for me, herpes isn't like the scariest STI out there. So let's talk about that scariness for a hot minute. And I have a special guest to do that. And bam! Phil DeFranco! Hey, Phil.
Hi.
Thanks for joining me. We're gonna talk about your favorite thing in the whole world, which is herpes.
You bring me on for the best moments ever.
We make good videos together, Phil. So why do you think people are so scared of the herp derp?
It traumatizes, like the thought of it. And especially when you say the percentage of people that have it, and I'm like, I'm sorry, because it's for me, it's not like shame you. I'm just like, that's crazy unfortunate.
Really?
And herpes is the specific reason why I've been with fewer women than this.
So you think that mouth herpes and genital herpes are equally scary?
Yes, I'm equally scared to anything
Really?
happening. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
And you don't think of them differently?
For me, and it's probably odd, I would be more terrified to have it on my face because it's just there to the world to see. But here, I can control who sees this. I can control when it's presented.
That's true.
Both sound terrible.
Easier to hide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so my perspective from doing sex ed stuff is that people are way, way more scared of having herpes on the genitals than having it on their mouth. And I think one of the reasons for that is because it's connected to sex. So if you have herpes on the mouth, right? It's like, I'm innocent. I didn't do, everyone gets herpes on their mouth once in a while. It's just a thing, and they do. It's really common. And when you have it on your genitals, there's just all that shame. You feel dirty. It's like, am I ever going to be able to have sex again? No one's going to love me.
The fact that I could give this to someone just by kissing them, that makes me feel more toxic than anything else.
I think another part of the fear too, maybe, and tell me what you think about this, is the fact that there's no cure.
Well, that's terrifying as well, yeah.
The good news is that there is a new herpes vaccine on the way.
Okay.
So there are clinical trials going on right now in Australia for the herpes vaccine. They're still in phase 1 so far. It's been really great. Things are going awesome. So we'll have to keep an eye on that and see what happens. Wouldn't it give you a little bit of peace of mind having a vaccine?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'd still be as safe as I've always been.
Yeah.
100%.
That's a great idea. Just because you have a vaccine doesn't mean you should be an idiot. Thanks for joining me, guys, and thank you, Phil, for hopping in on the conversation about the herpes. Feel free to share all your feelings about herpes down below or on Twitter @DNews, and I'll catch you guys next time.